Well, hello friends and welcome. Today we're going to make some watercolored Christmas trees, and I'm starting by taking my sticky mat from my Stampin' Wheel and some Nantucket Pearls Magicals by Lindy's Gang. And I'm going to use the colors Seagrass Green, Whale Watch Blue, and Cape Cod Coral. So I'm just going to take a brush and put those colors dry into the little paint palette up top. And I start with the Cape Cod Coral, and then with the Whale Watch Blue, and thirdly with the Seagrass Green. And then I take the lid from, so I need some water, but I don't want to spray it into those compartments there and have overspray. So I take the lid from a small blending brush and pour it into there. And that's just the right amount of water. You don't need very much water at all. You want because these colors are very light to start off with, they're just not very pigmented. This particular set, you just want to add a little bit of water and keep as much of that pigment as possible. So you can see I'm just going in with a paintbrush and doing triangles. And you can see how light these are, but that was the look that I was going for. So it's a very subdued or muted palette of color. And so I just go in, I make 4 panels. I really like the green and the blue, but I love, love, love the pink. So it's the last card that I love the most because it has the most pink on it. So for the first card, I just drew a line all across for a shadow underneath. But for these ones here, I'm extending the trees down with the same color for a shadow. Here I'm doing a different orientation, doing portrait instead of landscape just to try it out. So yeah, you'll see I go in and I just drag a little bit of that color down. It's very simple to do. Your trees don't need to be anything fancy. They're literally just triangles with a little bit of a shadow underneath, a zigzag shadow. Again, here's my favorite one. It is pink, mostly. I am using watercolor paper, and at the end you'll see it does warp a little bit because the water, of course, makes the paper warp a bit, but it's okay. I have a solution on how to straighten it all out. So here I'm going in with Glitzy Magicals, and I'm pulling the colors Glitzy Gold, Scintillating Silver, and Snazzy Sparkle. And so off camera, I mix those with water at the top. And then I'm taking a gel pen. It's black. Well, first I take a pencil, and I'm drawing my stars. And so off camera, I erase the insides of the stars. So here I'm drawing around the star so that it looks like a star. So I do that for all 4, but then off camera, like I said, I erase the inside of the stars so that you're just left with the outline. And make sure it's a gel pen and not a ballpoint pen, not a regular ink pen. The gel is just more vibrant and looks better. And here, no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing here. I am literally just drawing lines. I find that the 2 lines, like if you get 2 lines, it kind of looks more like that sketch kind of image, which is the look that I was going for. And then again, just drawing some little, I don't know, decorations of the tree, some lines, some asterisks, nothing fancy. This is so easy. Anybody could do this. You could teach your children to do this. Some circles and some squiggly diagonal lines. That's it. Nothing fancy at all. Easy peasy. So here I'm going in with that gold. Now it's not very saturated. You see how it's kind of very see-through? I was not happy with it. So I go into the magical again, the gold, with a spoon this time, a tiny spoon, and I really get some of that pigmented powder and mix it in really well. And now that it's mixed in really well, That is what I was going for, a nice solid yellow color of the gold. And I just go and I decorate all of the decorations, putting lines or filling in the circles or putting little dots between the asterisks. And you guys can change up your tree decorations. It does not have to be these. You can, if you have something in mind that you like, go for it. The sky's the limit with this. Here's my favorite one, the pink one. Again, doing the stars. And you know what? You'll see at the end, I forgot to erase the middle of the stars, but you know what? It does not matter. It does not matter one bit. It still looks amazing. So again, I'm just doing exactly what I showed you before. I'm adding more pigment to those other two colors, the silver and the stardusty kind of color, because I know if the gold wasn't saturated enough, those aren't going to be saturated enough. And so here, just making the decorations. And yeah, I'm going in with the snazzy sparkle and adding lines in between my black ones. Just, oh, and they look so good in the end with the shimmer. And this is all Lindy's Magicals. That's what I'm watercoloring with. Lindy's Magicals. Grab that star. Now look at, I left my lines and they still are going to look fabulous. It's such an easy thing to create. It's like no fail. I love it. Here I'm going in first on a piece of acetate to make sure that my stamp looks perfect, which it does, before I actually stamp on my card. And that's my favorite one, the pink. I love the pink one. So beautiful. I just love pink so much. Okay, now here's another one. Happy Christmas. This has the two blue trees, and there's all four done. Now I take my ATG gun and I really give it a generous layer of ATG tape across the back of these watercolor panels. I put it into my precision press, my card base, and put my top on top of it, my panel, flip it over. That way I don't get the gold and stuff on my hands when I'm pushing it down. And that made it be completely flat. It is now adhered really well to the card base. So here's all four cards together. You guys, these just turned out so great. Like, I am not an artist, and these are just easy and beautiful. I thank you so much for watching. I am the Rocky Mountain Crafter. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and on my blog at therockymountaintcrafter.com. Have a lovely week. Bye-bye.